All right, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. It's been not that long ago since I've done a video, but it has been quite a while. I think the last video I did was on potential, or was there another video before that? I can't remember. Anyways, let's talk about this event that happened in LA yesterday, which had a lot of people freaked out because they didn't realize that the SpaceX was doing a launch. And of course, Elon Musk had the had to do a little bit of trolling there about the nuclear alien UFO from North Korea, of course. Okay, but let's check this out. Let's check how it looked like. Okay.
Go to Twitter. Go to Twitter. I don't know how to use Twitter. Okay, are you calling my phone?
Everybody was freaking out about this because they didn't know
Hi, do you see what's happening outside of the sky?
that it was a launch.
I seriously think it's a nuclear bomb.
You want me to go to Twitter?
Yes.
Okay, so Elon Musk also said that if you like tonight's launch, you will really like Falcon Heavy next month. 3 rocket cores and 3x thrust. 2 cores return to base doing synchronized aerobatics, and third lands on drone ship. Okay. Interesting, right? And so what's going on here, right? What's going on with this type of stuff? So that's what we want to talk about, because they could say it's a launch, and they can say it's a launch of missiles or whatever it is, right? But what they're really trying to do in the grand scheme of things is they're trying to get into dimensions. They're trying to get into, like, they're using CERN and all these other things to try to get into these different dimensions, right? There's different dimensions out there in the universe, and they're trying to get into these dimensions, okay? And some of these dimensions are forbidden by God, right? So God has closed these dimensions because it's not time for whatever's in those dimensions to be released. Now, everything will be released before Yeshua returns, but it's not time for some of these creatures to be released. God has put them away and into dimensions that we can't see, and so Elon Musk and the elites, and the so-called elites, and the so-called New World Order, they're trying. A lot of these technology is trying to get into these dimensions, okay? These new dimensions, or these forbidden dimensions that they're not supposed to get into as well. Also, it's John commented on Digibite John, as you guys know him as. I call him 9 to 5 John. He said the great deception of falling away is what they're building it up to be, and I think that is absolutely what it is as well. They're prepping their way for the blue beam, the blue beam rapture, right? So that's also coming in the future. The blue beam rapture, the great deception, falling away, and so they're doing a lot of testings for that as well. They're trying to see what they can get away with and what they can do as well. And also, speaking of the alien UFOs, that's coming as well, right? A lot of people have seen UFOs, and people are saying, "Hey, man, I've seen encounters of UFOs and all types of spaceships, things in the sky, man." And there's no denying that we're not the only ones here, right? I think we've proven that through secret documents of the U.S. government, and on all these people that have been working in the U.S. Somebody just came out couple days ago and said, and from the UFO, and said that I think he was a retired UFO guy, and he said, yeah, we're definitely not the only ones here, right? Because there's too much evidence, right? Too much evidence of it. Also, Hitler was Hitler also claimed to have met with these aliens, and of course there's pictures of him meeting the aliens, but no one knows that those are altered or memes, or or something different. If you go online and you can see Hitler with the aliens, right? So it's in black and white, and he's meeting with these aliens, right? But we don't know if that's true or not, right? But Hitler did have some. He did have some power for, he had power that no one else had. So where did he get that? How did he have that type of power? It could have been from UFOs, aliens and stuff. We don't know. We don't know. But another thing that tells us that there is aliens and stuff like that, and unidentified creatures, is the pyramids, right? The pyramids, even to this day, no one knows how the pyramids were really built, right? Like how they were able to, move such massive things into those positions, or did they build it right there on the spot, or how did they do it? Now there is videos that come out and say that they have these machines and they rolled the stuff on through and they rolled it up and down and stuff like that. So they have those, but people are not buying that, right? People aren't buying it. So I don't know. Okay, was it alien technology? It could have been. You know what I mean? It could have been alien technology existing. We have other former elitists, that were like the president of Iran, that used to be the president. I think I'm not sure if he's still the president of Iran or not, but we had other people, other elitists coming out and say that the Vatican and United States communicates with the aliens, and for direction, and also for technology. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that that's false, because I believe that that's exactly what they do. That's how that's how Europe and America were able to probably be able to use technology to take over and dominate the world, right? They got it through technology. America and Europe dominate the world, not because they were smarter than everybody. It's because of technology, right? Technology, right? And so that's how they were able to do it. And you scare people through nuclear weapons and guns and bazookas and machine guns and stuff like that. People are going to say, okay, you win. You know what I mean? And so how was that created? How did they create that? How did they create the nuclear weapons, or the so-called nuclear weapons? Because nuclear weapons might be a deception as well, right? That could be a massive deception on nuclear weapons, right? Saying, yeah, there's these nuclear weapons that if we drop them, it could kill everybody and wipe out 9 million people. And, that could be a deception as well. That could be something that they use called nuclear weapons to keep everybody at bay, right? They could keep everybody at bay and in good behavior, because they, don't let me drop this nuclear weapon. You know what I mean? So, so that could also be a deception on itself. Okay, so we have these things that they're coming out. Elon Musk says that there's more to come, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. They're going to do more of these things. Elon Musk wants to go to Mars, and he wants to live on Mars and do all these things, dwelling with the creatures on Mars and all types of stuff. I know there was pictures a few months back of things moving on Mars, right? The camera, I guess the telescope or the camera or the robot that was on Mars filming saw things moving, and the people were like, "What is that?" You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised at none of this stuff, right? We're not the only ones here. God created thousands and thousands of different species and creatures and things. And we're not the only ones here, guys and girls. We all know that, right? And even as human beings, we're not, many of us, I'm not going to say many of us, but a lot of us aren't even natural human beings. Okay? We have a lot of you guys already know this. We got a lot of people that are not even normal human beings. Like, they are reptilians. We got reptilians. We have clones. There's a lot of people that are cloned, and you would never know that they were cloned, right? Unless you saw, you'd be like, wait a minute. Why does this dude look like the dude from 1940? Or why does this dude look like the guy from the great poet from 1765? You see that a lot in Hollywood, don't you? And some of you guys are trying to put two and two together, like, why are all these Hollywood people looking like the great poets and rappers and musicians and stuff from back in back in the 17, 18, and early 1900s, or even further back. Why does Obama look like the one of the kings and from the great empires and stuff, like so people are trying to put these things together, and they're not realizing that Hollywood clones a lot of people. A lot of people you see are cloned. They're not, not normal human beings. And a lot of you guys can't understand that. And you're not going to understand that because it's kind of hard to understand that type of stuff, right? Unless you're in that environment, or the people that were insiders to the Hollywood industry, right? And then they got out because they didn't want to take it any longer, right? And so that's how you get your information. But it's clear. You can see the resemblance of so many Hollywood people that look almost identical to other people from 1700s, 1600s, early 1900s, 1800s. And you're scratching your head like, why does Eddie Murphy look like the dude from, one of the great comedians or poets from back in 1890? It's like Jay-Z, and it's so many of them, right? So it's like, are these guys being cloned again? And that's a possibility. And same thing with Barack Obama and others, right? There's so many people that look alike, from people back in the 1600s, 1500s, and stuff like that. But that's what Hollywood do. And also what Hollywood does is they get guys like Elon Musk that have the IQ of one of the greatest IQs, and they get them to basically sell their souls to bring in these deceptions, right? To bring in the deception. And Elon Musk is going to be working with the elites and with the New World Order to bring in this blue beam deception. That's what he's going to be doing. And he's proud to do it too. Some of these guys don't care, right? So they're going to be proud to bring this in. You know what I mean? They're going to be proud to bring this in. So they're not going to sit back there and feel sorry for you or anything. They're proud to do these things right here and make everybody scared. Because you know what? Elon Musk and all these guys on SpaceX, they could have actually made an emergency announcement on the broadcasting network like they're supposed to, right? But no, they wanted to see people's reactions. They wanted to see people's reaction. They knew everybody that ain't gonna know what this is. They wanted to see people's reactions. Okay, so that's what, and of course he's trolling here. He's trolling here. But he could have easily did. They could have easily went on the broadcasting network in California and said, "Warning, warning, launch of blah 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 missile in the air in the sky." Resulting in unusual figure, right? But they didn't do that, right? Everybody had to come outside, including all the Hollywood people, and look up and say, "What in the world is that?" And everybody was on social media, holding their phones up, saying, "Oh my God, we're being invaded by aliens." So yeah, they wanted to see people's reactions. That's what they wanted to see. Or they would just put it over the broadcasting network like they're supposed to. Okay, so they have technology that is mind-blowing. As you can see here, when this one goes through, the technology that they're using is absolutely technology that you and I don't have access to. This type of technology is breathtaking and mind-blowing. I'm not going to say it's like 100 years in advance, because it is. And the reason why I'm not going to say that is because this is the technology that the so-called aliens, that live in other, planets and stuff like that. They have this technology, right? We're the only ones that don't have this technology. Okay. Elon Musk and all these elitists, so-called elitists, they have the technology. They have this secret technology, and then they're giving us the crappy technology that we actually think is cool, right? We're like, oh man, look, we got a laptop and iPhone and a new Samsung, and we have a 70-inch TV screen. Like, that is so outdated technology, and they make it and they're giving it to us, and we're all being deceived that this is new technology when it's not. Guys and girls, they've had these types of technologies thousands of years ago. And they're doing is recycling it and putting faces in front of it like Steve Jobs, right? They've had these things forever. I mean, they've had this technology forever. The computer, all these things are not new. It's new to us, but it's not new. None of this stuff is new, guys and girls. If you didn't know that, you should know that, okay? You should know that none of the stuff that they give out to it, and they select what they're going to give the world. And you can see that not all the world has the iPhone and the Android. They actually don't allow some people in the world to have access to these phones. Only some parts of only like 50 to 60% of the world have access to the iPhone and the Androids and stuff. The rest of the world does not, right? So they pick and choose who has access to this technology, and it's outdated technology. But for us, it's brand new technology. But for Elon Musk and all these other guys, this is the iPhone and the Android. They're probably laughing at us, right? Because the phones, the things that they use, they can probably go into different dimensions. They can teleport. They could do it all because that's what they were able to do back in the biblical days. Right? And when the aliens and all these creatures were on planet Earth, they had those technologies. This is why we had the pyramids and all the things that we can't even explain today, right? It's because they had technology back then that it just was mind-blowing. And so what the elites did was, we can't give the people this type of technology. What we need to do is feed them small, little steps by little steps, right? We have to give the masses, technology as it comes out small by small, and keep all of the real advanced stuff to ourselves. Because imagine we give them the advanced technology, they could overtake us. Hint, hint, hint. So they give us the iPhones and the Androids and all of the, the virtual reality stuff is now coming out. But if you actually go back in the movies, you would see virtual reality back 70 years, maybe 70 years ago, right? I mean, these things, guys and girls, we're being played. That's basically what it's coming down to, right? We're being dramatically played. They have everything you can even think about and dream about. It's created. It's created. It's created. It's there. They know how to make it. They know how to create it, and it's there. Okay. So when you see a new thing come out, don't even get excited, because it's like, okay, and here's the thing: if they're putting out, let's say they put out something like tomorrow, like something brand new comes out tomorrow, like the Xbox 780 Extreme. You know what I mean? It usually takes like 3 years to even make that, right? To make it, quote unquote, make it, like build it and make it. So if it's taking them 3 years to make, you don't think that they have something else that they're in the works? As soon as that product comes out, they're already thinking about the next Xbox 15,000 HD Super Pack, right? That's already in production. So think about that. When you see a new product, somebody made money off of the potential, right? And I told you guys about that already. But also, the new product is being made as you see the product on the shelf. The new product on the shelf is old to them. It's decades old, because they have new products that are going to be coming out. So you got to remember that. Remember that when you see a new product, the company is already making products that are going to be coming out in 2020, 2030. They're on the production lines right now being created. So when you see a product that comes out like tomorrow, right? It's not new. It's new to you because you're finally seeing it. But to Elon Musk and all these guys, it's 5-10 years old, and it finally just came out. So remember that. And a lot of you guys don't realize that. You think, oh man, Madden 2019 is out, right? And you're excited, but it's like, nah, that's not new. It's new to you because you're finally seeing it, but it's not new to some people on this earth. It's old. Just realize that, okay? And also, before I go, what's the future like? Because Elon Musk and all these guys are going to be doing this UFO thing. They're going to be doing all these UFO things. They're going to be doing all this technology in the sky. They're going to be building the sky up for the blue beam rapture, the false blue beam rapture that's going to basically deceive a lot of people. And the reason how it's going to deceive a lot of people, because it's going to look freaking real. Okay, and the blue beam aliens that are going to be coming down, for the rapture, for the blue beam rapture, they're gonna look real. They're gonna look real, and it's gonna be scary for a lot of people, right? And that's how people are gonna be deceived by it. But also, we have the actual aliens are going to finally come down as well, because a lot of times when you see aliens, you never see them come down, right? Unless it's to the Vatican and stuff like that, and that's all secret stuff that we don't know nothing about. But other than that, when you see a UFO, it always stays in the air. It doesn't come down. And the reason why it doesn't come down is because God doesn't allow them to come in to us. It's not time. Let me repeat that. The reason why you see UFOs and they don't come down onto the planet, onto the ground, and then open up and look at you and say hi, you know what I mean? Is because God does not allow them to come down. There is a force field that blocks them from coming down. Okay? So they don't have permission from the Creator to come down onto earth yet, but they will. God will give them permission at some point before Yeshua returns to come down, because all that stuff has to be unveiled before Yeshua returns. Okay? So the aliens will come down, and it's going to be scary, whoever's still living here, and they will be among the humans. And how we know that is because the elites are already getting us ready for something called transhumanism, right? As they go into this robotic stage of part human, part robotic, right? So they're already getting us ready for things like this that are coming in the future, so that humans are going to be among people that are half human and half robotic, people that are half human and half alien, or full-blooded alien, okay? And also, they're also getting us ready for dinosaurs. And that blew my mind when Prophet Solomon was talking about and prophesying about dinosaurs a few months back. I said, what? And then I started seeing articles about scientists are going to restore dinosaurs onto the planet. I said, I almost fell out. This was about a week ago, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more articles now about it. So what they're going to do is they're going to restore dinosaurs onto the planet. So you're going to have humans. You're going to have humans and people that are going to be part human, part robot. You're going to have aliens, and you're going to have dinosaurs living together on Earth before Yeshua returns. Yes, that is true, and that's going to happen. So it's going to be I can't even think of. I don't even want to think about that. But that's exactly what's going to happen. And people are going to say, well, I can't see that happening. Look at the world right now. Look at the world how it is right now. Could you imagine the world right now 20 years ago? No, you couldn't. Right now you got a male, you have a female, you have a girl who looks like a male, you have a guy who looks like a girl. You have children who look strange. Okay. You have bathrooms that say other or another species or whatever. You have people marrying laptops. You have people marrying dogs and cats. So you didn't think about that 20 years ago. You couldn't even fathom that 20 years ago. You have reptilians. You have reptilians on the earth right now. You have clones. Could you even think about that 20 years ago? No, you couldn't. So you got to keep your mind open that these things are going to change. And it's natural to you right now. When you go to the mall and you walk in the mall, You got people, you got lizards walking next to you. You don't even know who these people, they look human, right? But they're reptilians. You got reptilians walking next to you. You got all types of clone humans walking next. They don't even know they're cloned because they were probably cloned from birth. They don't even know they're cloned. They've never been told they were cloned. You know what I mean? So you got all these things right next to you, and it's normal to you. So when these things happen in the future, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 years from now, it's going to be natural. It's going to be normal to you because they're going to integrate it slowly and slowly and slowly. So all these things are going to happen, but it's going to be integrated into you. And they do, and they at least do a great job at that. If we want to give them credit for something, it's they integrate things slowly, slowly, slowly. And the next thing they're going to integrate is people that like children, the pedophiles, right? So they're going to say that pedophilia is normal. So those who those grown men and women who like children, that's going to be normal. That's exactly what they're going to do. And you guys are already seeing it happen now. As all these cases are coming out and stuff like that, they're going to make pedophilia normal. Okay? Because the box has been opened up for all types of crazy stuff now after the LGBT stuff. Now they're going to add pedophilia. And then they're going to add, then it's going to be whatever you want to do. It's fine with them. Okay? If you want to date your computer, and we already seen that now, right? People are trying to marry their computer. So just be ready for this, guys. It's going to seem normal because it's going to be integrated slowly. And you're going to start to see more and more stuff in the sky. We already seeing it. It's definitely, in the last 15 years, I think we've seen more things in the sky than we've ever seen before. And it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You're going to see so many things in the sky, you're not even going to care any longer. Okay? Because they're doing it slowly and slowly and slowly until your brain says, okay, it's normal now. It's like killing a black person in America, right? It's normal to many people. They don't even think about it anymore. They're like, okay, another dead dead black guy by a police officer, right? Because it's happened so many times that it's now normal. So that's exactly what's going to happen. All these people that were scared yesterday in LA, seeing that stuff in the sky, and in the next 3 years, it's going to be normal because it's going to happen so much that people are not going to care anymore. Okay? So just get ready for that. It's coming. All these things are coming. Don't be scared. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's the life that we're living in the end days. All these things have to come out and have to be revealed, and before our King, our Savior, Yeshua, returns. And stay in close to Yeshua and the Holy Spirit and the Father. Have a good prayer life and repent your sins and enjoy life, man. Be happy at the end of the day, right? Be happy at the end of the day, and understand that these things are coming, and don't be deceived by the great deception that's in the sky, because lots of deception is coming. Okay, and also, what's that thing that I can't remember what that thing is where you can bring people back and they can, like dead people can come back. I can't remember what that's called. Remember they did it with Tupac and all these other people where they can have dead people come back. I can't remember what the name of it. So some of you guys are probably shouting it out right now as I'm talking. But yeah, that they're going to be using that a lot more. Okay. They're going to be using that a lot more. I think they're going to definitely, they got to win a little bit of quiet, and they're going to be bringing that technology back a lot. So yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's when, like, let's say Whitney Houston, she's passed away for a while now, right? They can bring Whitney Houston back on stage and perform her hits, right on stage, and you can be right in the in the audience watching Whitney Houston perform, and she dead, but she's right up there performing. We saw, that has started, right? And that's going to be, they're going to use that a lot more next year, starting next year. So that's going to be coming more and more and more. And the Antichrist is going to be using that technology as well. So just get ready for that. Okay. Uh, other than that, it's been a kind of a crazy, wild video, but Elon Musk and all these people, they make it that way, and they know exactly what they're doing. Don't be fooled by Elon Musk, and he's got the Tesla cars and stuff. These guys know exactly what they're doing, and they are preparing themselves for the great deception of the Blue Beam Rapture and all the other things that are going to be coming into our society. They're getting prepared for all that. This is one of the reasons why he wants to really move to Mars, because he knows what's coming. Okay, he thinks Mars is safer than Earth. That's how bad it's going to get on Earth. He wants to move to Mars. He wants to save himself. Okay, so that's it. Talk to you guys later. Let's look at this one more time. This is crazy, and you can just see everybody was just absolutely scared out of their mind. The technology these guys are going to be using, and the technology the aliens are going to be, is going to be breathtaking. You want to talk about 1080 HD? These guys have a million HD. Okay. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. These guys probably have technology where you can have a phone and you can see somebody on the other side and actually put your finger through and slap them on the other side. Like, that's how crazy the technology is that we don't know nothing about. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Talk to you guys later. Eyes open. Bye.